Okay, it's now officially the coldest day of the year here. Woke up this morning at 17 degrees, and I figured I'd take a little advantage of the day in my shop, turn my heater on, which is kind of noisy, so I hope you can hear this. I'll give you a little update of what I've done so far. I've finished draining the oil out of the gear case, and I have removed the shifting fork and pads for the clutch. See, they're gone out of there now. That was pretty easy to do. I was in a hurry. I went ahead and got that done, so I'll show you how it goes back together. Right now I'm in the process of doing some cleanup on the housing, and I've got my micrometers and some other measuring tools out here where I'm going to measure the shaft, where the bearings were, where the bushings were. I'm going to measure the bushings, see how they mic out, and maybe one or two other things. I'll try to get that on camera for you, but I'm going to let it warm up a little bit in here, let my heater go, and since it's so noisy I won't be filming anything, but I want some better light over my work table here. So I got a halogen light over here. I got to replace one of the bulbs in, and I'll get back with you here shortly. Okay, that's pulled in nice and close here, and got a couple of degrees taken off the temperature in here. Went ahead and made up a little quick cheat sheet for what my shaft measurements are. The bushing is here between these two lines, and a bushing here between those two lines. My seal rides out here and over here. Got the overall length. I wiped it down. I did a quick assessment of it just visually. And one thing I noticed is right here where the seal rides, there's a crack. It's a bad spot right there. I don't know how well that shows up, but anyhow. And also, I don't know if you can tell right there or not, but I'll put this on top of it. Right underneath the seal, right where the seal goes, you can see light coming through there. So, well, maybe not that way. Let me turn you up a little bit towards the light. Put a straight edge across here. And right there, where the seal is, you can see light coming through there. So the seal has obviously worn the shaft some there, and that could be part of our problem with why we're leaking there. So we'll take a few measurements and see if we can find out what the shaft size should be and what that seal area is, along with the bushing areas. I have micrometer here, and I checked it with that, and I was getting right out here where it appears to be no wear. I was getting 997, 998, and with the dial, I don't even know what to call the thing now. I'm getting 998, so this seems to be fairly accurate with that. But with 998 there, we'll take a couple of measurements right here where the seal is supposed to ride, and getting 986 there. Turn it a little bit, and I get 985 on that one. That's the right hand side, which is the one that was leaking. Now here on this undisturbed shaft, I'm getting 997, and on this seal area right here, we're getting 983. And over here, we rotate a little bit. We're getting 986, 987. So we do have about 10 thousandths wear right here where the seal sits, and you can feel a groove right there. So is that and there's a rough spot right there, so that probably would cut the seal anyhow. And I might have done that when I was trying to get the seal off, so I might have hurt myself, but anyhow, it is gouged anyhow. So is that enough to cause a leak? I have the new parts up here in my box. They came in, got them from Super X Power, got a good website. Parts breakdown fairly quick on shipping. Prices didn't seem to be too bad, and they had pretty well everything I wanted except the roller bearings and cups for the tiller shaft. They didn't list those, so, and they weren't that bad of shape, so we're going to go ahead and reuse them. So in a little while we can get the shaft, we can get the seals out and measure the inside of them, see how much there is there. Maybe there's enough tension to hold it and get a good seal, or maybe we want to address possibly welding this up, turning it back down, or getting a whole new shaft. We'll find out here in a little while when we get into it a little bit more. So right now we'll mic right where the bushing for the shaft would be. See how much wear we got on there. And there we are getting nine, 75, 85, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 94, almost 95, almost 995. So it is a little worn there. Not too bad, only about 3 thousandths. So that one's not bad. Now the right side is the one I had the issue with. And there we're getting about 994. So there again, about 3 thousandths less than the nominal diameter, what I'm calling nominal out there. So there's not that much wear in there. So we'll slip that up there to the side. And we'll take our right hand bushing. And we'll make sure that's good and cleaned out. And we want to measure the inside on this. And I did notice, probably not going to show up on the camera, I don't know if I already showed it or not, there is a wear pattern in there, so you can tell what is the top and what is the bottom. Right there is the top where it normally sits. And if you line your hole marks up, that's where the power key came out and hit it right there, so that was the top. There's another indication. So we'll take and get a measurement right across here. And right there I'm measuring 103. Rotate it 90 degrees. And I'm getting 116. So there's 13 thousandths missing from the top up there. So that's going to give us 13 thousandths worth of shift. On the bottom, make sure I get it dead on the bottom. Reading 120. And on the other side, we're getting 121. And again, right here, we're getting 104, 103. So that's 10, 15, 16 thousandths. 16 thousandths of that shaft can come up. Plus the 10 thousandths of that seal wear right there, if my math is correct. And that would be about 26 thousandths that we have extra clearance underneath there. And I think that's a pretty good reason why it's leaking. I'm yet determined what I'm going to do with this shaft. I might see about replacing it, but I definitely got to repair those dings right there. Alright, let's put the label back on this one. And then we'll check the left side. Wipe it out real good. And see if we can find the top and the bottom. That should definitely be the top right there. Now it's also interesting to note that most of the wear is not directly on the top. It's kind of favoring the top front. Yep. Because as your tiller is sitting, the weight is pushing up. But as you're actually propelling it through the garden or through your soil, the shaft is also pulling forward. So with the weight coming down, the forward motion, it kind of wants to go at a 45-degree angle, sort of like that. So that's where most of the wear is showing up. And it shows up on the pattern right here. This would be on the left-hand side. That would be the top. That would be the front. That's correct. So check this one. We're getting 111, 116, 122, and 119. So they are worn a little bit in their pattern where their wear is on the forward top side. Yep. So anyhow, we've got new bushings, so we can correct that part. And there's a little wear right there, but not much, only a couple thousand. So I'm not concerned with that. Excuse me. Like I said, we got new bushings. We've got new seals, which we had new seals, but we do have wear right there, which is concerning me. And I don't know yet what I'm going to do with that. So we'll get back with you and try to make a decision.